Cookie Run Kingdom, a game with over 200 million downloads. It's one of the biggest games in Korea. Cookie Run Kingdom have also had big collabs with Sonic, Disney, and BTS. It's easily the most successful game created by Dev Sisters. Cookie Run Kingdom has won a total of 15 awards. And Dev Sisters won the Best Developer Award of 2022. So shout out to Dev Sisters. But now the question is, how did we get here? Today, we're going back to where it all started. I know it's 2020, and I know we're in lockdown, but I stopped to give out these presents.
But Cookie Run Kingdom releases in 3 weeks.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Okay, forget Christmas. Those kids don't need their presents anymore. It's time for the release of Cookie Run Kingdom. On January 19th, 2021, Gingerbread escaped the witch's oven and Cookie Run Kingdom was born. At the time, Dev Sisters were known for Cookie Run Oven Break, the most successful Cookie Run game at the time. It had a loyal fan base, but it didn't have the breakout that CRK had. CRK was different. We have a whole kingdom. We have resources. We have labs. We even have gacha. We also have a storyline. And we have competitive game modes. It was very different than Cookie Run Oven Break, which is just a runner game. At launch, CRK exploded in popularity, but it was mostly popular in Korea. Servers were packed and the story was something everybody was hooked onto. The Lost Kingdom update was CRK's first major update. It was released on April 8th, 2021. It introduced the first of 5 ancients in the game, Pure Vanilla Cookie. Pure Vanilla was different than the rest. I mean, he was the best healer in the game up until 2023. One of the most game-breaking updates came out on June 21st, 2021, Tropical Soda Islands. This update introduced the first legendary Sea Fairy Cookie. Sea Fairy was game-breaking. It didn't matter who you had in Kingdom Arena, Sea Fairy Cookie was the best cookie in the game by a mile, which created a big problem. People started to realize how important these updates were becoming, but we'll get into that later. On September 17th, 2021, everybody united to play the Sonic and Tails event. It was the first collab we'd seen in CRK, and at that time, it was very enjoyable. Sonic and Tails were added to the game as limited cookies. It brought in a huge wave of new players. To this day, Sonic and Tails remain as some of the most rarest cookies in the game due to how limited they were. But this did open new doors for the game, and events started to become a big part of what CRK is today. The Halloween Masquerade update came out on October 28th, 2021. This was when we said hello to the costume gacha. A lot of people love it, and people save up for months trying to get certain cookie costumes. It was definitely something we needed, and it's still definitely a big part of CRK today. The Frost Witch and the Lantern in the Snow update released on November 18th, 2021. This update brought the winter vibes to CRK for the first time. Frost Queen Cookie and Cotton Cookie both joined the game, and we also got Time Jumpers, which is such a goated item. Now, it might sound like this game was perfect, but it did come with some stuff like server issues and balance problems. Still, most players will tell you that 2021 was probably the most enjoyable year of CRK. So you might just think that 2021 was the peak year for CRK, but you might just change your answer when we enter 2022. Alrighty, time to give out some presents.
Hey Santa, 2022 is about to start.
Dude, I just got here.
Yup, new year, new cookies.
Cookies.
You'll see.
Welcome to the year 2022. CRK is now celebrating their first anniversary update. CRK celebrated its first anniversary update with the War of Shattered Skies released on January 19th, 2022. Cookie Alliance, Guild Domain, Guild Hall, and the Guild Museum were all added to the game. Now, you remember when I said that these updates were starting to become a problem? Well, here we go. The Heroes of Dark Cacao update was released on February 24th, 2022. Dark Cacao Cookie was introduced along with episode 13 in Story and Dark Mode, but this marked a turning point in CRK's future. You might know the term whales, otherwise known as pay to win. When this update came out, spending money became the best way to gain an advantage over other players. Now, it was already a problem when the game came out, but now with more and more cookies releasing, it becomes harder and harder to promote certain cookies. And as more dominant cookies are being released, it becomes harder and harder for free-to-play players to keep up with high-level teams. This sparked a big debate in the community, as players started to divide over if it was justified to spend money in the game. But we're gonna move on to the introduction of the first super epic cookie in CRK. The Cookie Odyssey update was released on May 3rd, 2022. It brought Clouded Cream Cookie to the kingdom. But let's dive into what the community was really raving over. The Festival of Dreams and Wishes update was released on July 28th, 2022. This was when Dev Sisters had their collab with Disney. Now, we were all excited for this update, right? Well, looking back at it, it was kind of disappointing. Yeah, you had Disney cookies, but that's really it. There wasn't a big event beyond obtaining these cookies for some rewards. And of course, the shop packages, which were being shoved in your face every 5 seconds. Then, the Braver Together update was released on October 13th, 2022. This was good. I mean, firstly, it's BTS, so it's obviously gonna be good. But not only were these cookies playable, some of them were actually meta. The Disney cookies were just guest cookies, which means they were not playable at all. The BTS collab also came with a concert mode where you'd go through stages and missions to earn rewards. Also, shout out to Dev Sisters and BTS for this amazing collab. We need more of these in the future. The last update to release in 2022 was the Stories by the Fireplace update released on November 30th, 2022. Sherbet Cookie was released, but that's really all that happened. Then we all enjoyed spending Christmas with our loved ones to close out 2022. So these were the cookies you were talking about last year.
I told you they'd be worth the wait.
Yeah, I mean, these are amazing.
If you want more, you're gonna have to wait until the end of 2023.
Does that mean more cookies?
Yup, there will be plenty.
Cookies. Wake up, Christmas is over. It's time to celebrate Cookie Run Kingdom's 2nd year anniversary. The City of Wizards update was released on January 19th, 2023. Moonlight Cookie was introduced to the kingdom, and this marks the start of Dev Sisters putting more effort into these updates. The update had 17 patch notes. That's the most they've ever had in a single year. Both episode 15 and 16 came out this year, and players can now upgrade their cookies to level 75. 5 cookies were added in this update, including Stardust Cookie. I mean, what a way to celebrate your 2nd year anniversary, am I right? The Legend of the Red Dragon update was released on May 18th, 2023, introducing a new rarity to the game. Both Pattaya Dragon and Snapdragon were added to the game. Pattaya Dragon never became meta, while Snapdragon did replace the BTS cookies in the meta. Now we move on to the Summer Soda Rock Festa update, which was released on July 5th, 2023. And in my opinion, this update brought the greatest soundtrack to ever live in CRK. Other than that, it was a good update, but we have to move on to the Lost Golden City update released on September 26, 2023. We got 5 new cookies, including Golden Cheese Cookie, along with episodes 17 and 18. This was actually the last update to release new episodes in Cookie Run Kingdom. Why? This was because all 5 ancients came together and started their expedition into Beast East. After this, the Icicle Yeti's Winter Song update was released on November 22nd, 2023, and Icicle Yeti joined the meta team and was more powerful than Snapdragon. Then Christmas came around and we all enjoyed Christmas with our families. Except for Santa. Where are all the cookies?
They're all gone, Santa.
What do you mean they're gone?
You ate all the cookies in existence last year.
No, there's gotta be more somewhere.
There's no more, fatty. You ate them all.
What did you just call me? Anyways, while Santa is fiending for cookies, it's time to celebrate CRK's 3rd anniversary update. The Beast East update was released on January 19th, 2024. This was one of CRK's biggest updates ever. White Lily Cookie and Elder Fairy Cookie both joined the kingdom. Beast East episodes 1 and 2 were released, and cookies can now be upgraded to level 80. There were 20 new events, 6 new cookies, and biscuits were introduced. The next major update began the greatest run CRK's ever been on. The Ram of Apathy update was released on May 21st, 2024. Mystic Flower became the first of 5 beasts to be released, and Dark Cacao Cookie received his awakening. Beasties episodes 3 and 4 also dropped, and biscuits can now be upgraded to level 30. Both Mystic Flower and Awakened Dark Cacao completely turned the metas upside down. Mystic Flower was so powerful that it was almost impossible to beat any team that had her, no matter how strong your team was. It would become obvious that Beast and Awakened cookies would be important in every game mode moving forward. Not too long after, the Welcome My Cookie update was released on July 17th, 2024. Players can now create their own cookie. Cream Ferret was released, Town Square made its return, a new icing gacha was added, plus we got special Town Square game modes. And the new mini event Town Square's Airbusters went live. This was also the update where I made my first video on this channel. The Wind Piercer of Darkness update dropped on September 4th, 2024, introducing Wind Archer Cookie. But sadly for Wind Archer, the next update would completely overshadow it. The Land of Fire and Ruin update was released on October 2nd, 2024. It was the last major update of 2024. Burning Spice Cookie became the best cookie in the game, and Golden Cheese Cookie received her awakening. She also broke the game with her revival ability, and it's the main reason she stayed meta for so long. Beasties episodes 5 and 6 came out as well, and the story started to get spicy. The game also made it easier to pull super epics in gacha. Then we reached the final update of 2024. The Grand Cookie Games update was released on December 4th, 2024. 4 new cookies joined the kingdom, and Arcade Arena Season 1 was added. Arcade Arena was definitely necessary as Kingdom Arena was sweatier than ever. Players could finally take a break and enjoy using epics to grind their way up to Grandmaster. And we made it to the end of the year, but let's check up on Santa.
Santa, Santa, Santa.
Huh? What? What's going on?
Are you okay?
Nah, there's no more cookies. I'm sad.
Alright, how about this? If you can pull a beast in this 10 pole, it'll get you more cookies.
Wait, really? Okay, you're being serious, right?
Yup.
Come on, give me a beast. Oh my god, I got one! I got a beast!
Congratulations, just so you know, I was indeed lying.
You what now?
Merry Christmas.
You know what? I'll be right back. Are you ready?
For what?
For this! We are in the year 2025 and I feel like Santa's going a bit crazy, but it doesn't matter because it's time for the 4th year anniversary update. And it was crazy. The update video currently has over 1.1 million views. It's the first CRK video to hit over a million views since the year before. Shadow Milk Cookie was released, and to this day he is still most people's favorite cookie, and he is also still meta 10 months later, which is kinda cooked. Pure Vanilla Cookie got awakened, and while he didn't have the same success as Shadow Milk Cookie, he was still an incredibly powerful cookie at release. BC's episodes 7 and 8 were released. Cookies can now be upgraded to level 90. Kingdom levels can now go up to level 100, and the Statue of Heroic Radiance level cap was also increased to 100. Skill Powder Concentrate was introduced, and Death Sisters made it easier to pull any super epic or higher rarity cookies in gacha. Then came the Flame Awakens update, which was released on April 9th, 2025. Fire Spirit Cookie joined the game, Topping Tarts were released, Arcade Arena made its return, and Fire Spirit even went on Hot Ones. Next up was also another major update. The Paradise of Passion and Sloth update was released on May 6th, 2025. Eternal Sugar Cookie joined the game, and this became the most successful month of CRK's history. The official CRK YouTube channel gained nearly 20 million views in May, and the game saw a 10.2% increase in players from April. Hollyberry Cookie also got her awakening, and she's also still meta to this day. BC's episodes 9 and 10 also came out, and then for some reason Eternal Sugar Cookie decided to do ASMR, and we moved to the next update. The Summer Breeze on Starlight Island update was released on July 2nd, 2025. Marshmallow Bunny Cookie arrived, and they've been meta ever since their release. Both the Decadent Choco Cake Tower and Endless Strawberry Cake Tower got expansions. Oh, and yes, Airbusters is back. Next, the Premonition of Dune update was released on August 27th, 2025. Doel Cookie was introduced and became the best healer in the game. With Doel's release, the meta became even more obvious. Everyone was practically running the same team, but that was all about to change. The Catacombs of Silence update dropped on September 24th, 2025. This update introduced Silent Salt Cookie and Charcoal Cookie. With that, Silent Salt is currently the most overpowered cookie in the game. BC's episode 11 was released, and it was incredible. If you did complete it, you'd already know it was a masterpiece. Then White Lily got her awakening, and Salt Cellar Cookie was also introduced. And with that, BC's episode 12 rounded out the BC's expedition, and this ends the best update run CRK has ever been on. I mean, I genuinely have to give it up to Death Sisters. Ever since the first Beast was released, they have been on an incredible run, and I cannot wait to see what's next. Also, the CRK YouTube channel doubled in subscribers this year, proving that Cookie Run Kingdom is still going strong after all of these years. And that's the entire history of Cookie Run Kingdom so far. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We are so close to hitting 100,000 subscribers, and if we can hit that by the end of the year, that would be awesome. Thank you all for watching the video, and never stop playing CRK. It is truly awesome sauce. I'm still waiting on my cookies.